Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers showcase video. In today's video, we're looking at another space-only fighter called the Penance Mk II Light Ion Fighter, which is this lovely thing right here. So this is a small fighter with a lot of firepower on it to blast your enemies out the sky and leave no trace of them. We've only got ion thrusters on this, so don't get close to an atmosphere or you're going to come crashing down and leave a little hole in the ground. Pressing F10 and finding it in the spawn menu, there it is. This ship is 539 small blocks using none of the DLC packs and no mods. So there we go. So what we're going to do is have a quick look around the outside, and then I might spawn in a larger ship and we'll see what kind of damage we can do. So at the very front here, this is what we get. Front and center, 4 Gatling guns with a camera in the middle to aim them. Gatling guns going to be our primary way of shooting down our enemies, and we do have quite a few on here. Just above that, we've got a fighter cockpit where I'm sitting in, and it's been coloured in along with the blocks in front of it in a lovely light blue colour. As we come along the wing there, we've got a reloadable rocket launcher to blast your enemies with, and a large ion thruster to help us stop. As we move along the wing, there are plenty of ion thrusters here to help us maneuver in combat, and we can see on the top and bottom there a Gatling turret just to help with any pesky drones that get behind us. As we move all the way around to the back of this fighter, we've got even more ion thrusters to help us scoot around at some high speeds, and a connector right there to recharge ourselves with ammunition and anything else we want to take along with us. Coming up and above, we see even more ion thrusters and some great block work with our Gatling turret sitting right there surrounded by some lights. We can see the tops of some batteries just hidden away in there, which is what we're primarily going to be using. This ship does feature a couple of reactors, but they are not needed and would only be used if the batteries needed recharging and you still wanted to fly this thing. A remote control block sits behind an antenna, and that leads onto our cockpit like so. Coming all the way down and underneath, there's not too much else to talk about. It's going to be largely the same. There are reactors in case we needed them. There's some more Gatling guns, Gatling turrets, more ion thrusters, and a couple more reactors to keep this thing powered. And a conveyor that goes and loops along to that Gatling turret from the connector at the back. And that is pretty much it for the outside of the Penance Mk II. It's a very nice design. It looks fantastic when you look at it from above, and it does have quite a lot of guns on there. If I fire that again, listen to that sound, that's glorious. Anyway, in my character, bringing up the HUD, this is what we get. The camera to view straight forwards and aim our Gatling guns. Number 2 to select our Gatling guns and fire them. Number 3 for our reloadable rocket launchers on the side there, so we just fire like that. 4 is for our turrets on and off on the top in case we don't want them to fire. 6 for our O2H2 generator on and off so we don't suffocate. Number 7 for our lights on and off all the way around the ship. 8 is for our ion thrusters, and 9 is for our connector at the back there. And that is that. So now what we can do is a quick little thruster test, and then I'll spawn in the ship. So going forwards, we are quite slow considering how many thrusters we have on this ship. And then stopping as well is pretty good, although it does leave a lot to be desired for the sheer amount of thrusters on this. Going left and going right, we are quite slow, as well as going down and up. Moving my mouse around, we are very sensitive, so you may want to turn that down if it is overbearing for you, so we can come into our gyroscopes, just switch them down just a little bit. Let's go to 60%, and that is a bit better. We've got a bit of meat on there, and it feels a lot more responsive. But now what we can do is spawn in a large ship, so hopping out of here, pressing F10, finding the albatross, and dumping that over there. We'll then go and blast it. Let's just go and put you, let's go like that, that'll do. Pasting that in and getting back into here. Oop, what's happened here? I appear to have sunk into my neck. Oh, let's come out of there and wait for that to spawn in. There it is. Whoop, he's going for a quick spin. Now we can start blasting it with our Gatling guns, and we are shredding away the armoured blocks on the outside there. Look at that go. We've already torn straight into the internals of the albatross. Then we can take away some of their hydrogen thrusters right there and go all the way along. Switching to the reloadable rocket launchers and firing forwards once again. We're out of ammunition because I am in survival mode, so we just have to stick to our gatling guns. So just firing on it like so. We're doing a lot of damage. So one last thing to do, which I haven't done for quite some time. Let's do a full speed collision straight into it and see how well it does. So there we are, let's go and start boosting forwards and see what this does. Let's just keep firing straight into it for the time being and see if we can just make a nice hole through it, save our lives and come out the other side. I don't think that's going to happen, but we're going to try it anyway. So going all the way forward, straight into the albatross, here we go. That was a satisfying crash. And that is what we've done. We can see the internal thrusters of the albatross there. We have split the poor Penance into little pieces. There goes one of the thruster pods. But we might still be able to fly this thing. Let's find ourselves a small cockpit. There we go. Let's see if we can fly this thing away. Yes, we can. That's kind of impressive. We can't go left anymore, but we can go right, forwards, backwards, down and up. So we are semi-usable after a pretty nasty collision. But anyway, that is it for the Penance Mk II light ion fighter. It's a very nice ship. If you did want to play around with a fighter, and a link to it will be in the description below, along with the Skybox, because I'm sure someone will like to play around with it. So yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. But let's just do one more little crash. Let's finish off this ship. Let's go straight forwards, and then we're going to turn on our side. There we go, that was great. So yes, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.